Employees Provident Fund or EPF. EPF comes under Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952. Okay, what are its main points? It's a retirement savings scheme. It is available to all salaried employees. It is backed by government. Fixed interest is paid on the contributions. Employees Provident Fund Organization EPFO. EPFO is a statutory body. It is developed by Government of India. It comes under Ministry of Labor and Employment. What does it do? It administers the EPF. Okay, it administer that mandatory contribution is being done towards provident fund by both employer and employee. How registration is done? If in an establishment the number of employees is less than 20, then it is voluntary to register, or if the number of employees is more than 20, then it is compulsory to register in EPF. Once registered, if number of employees drop down below 20, is still covered. Okay, if before registration the number of employees were 20, or during the time of registration the number of employees were more than 20, but after registration they drop below 20, then also the employees are covered. There are three components in EPF. One is EPF, another one is EPS, and the third one is EDLI. What is EPF? EPF is Employee Provident Fund 1952. It's a retirement savings. Okay, the savings fund will be given to the employee at the time of retirement. What is EPS? EPS is Employee Pension Scheme 1995. It's a pension scheme. The pension will be provided after retirement, post retirement. What is EDLI? EDLI is Employee Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme 1976. It's an insurance scheme. On sudden death of employee, life insurance fund will be given to the family of the employee. How contributions are done in EPF? The employee will contribute 12% of his basic pay and DA to the EPF Provident Fund. Okay, how the employer will contribute? If the salary of employee is up to 15,000, then the employer will contribute 8.33% to the pension scheme and 3.67% to EPF. If the salary of the employee is above 15,000, then how the contribution will be done by employer? He will contribute 8.33% of 15,000 to the pension scheme, and the balance of 8.33% of the total salary to the provident fund, and 3.67% also to the provident fund. What does it mean? Like, suppose the salary is 20,000. Okay, suppose this is 15,000 and this is 5,000, total 20,000. So the employer will contribute about 8.33% of 15,000 to pension scheme, and the balance means 5,000 rupees. So 8.33% of 5,000 to provident fund, and 3.67 of total to provident fund. Okay, the employer will also contribute 0.5% to EDLI insurance scheme. Okay, how the withdrawal can be done? The withdrawal can be done on retirement, or the employee remains unemployed for 2 months or more. Partial withdrawal is also allowed in case of marriage, education, land, house, home loan repayment, etc. What are the tax benefits? The employer's contribution is tax free. The employee's contribution is tax deductible under section 80C of Income Tax Act. Okay, this, the employee's contribution will not be treated as taxable income. Okay, it will not come under taxable income. the employee's invested money, the money he invested, the interest he gets, and the amount he withdraws after 5 years will be income tax exempted. Okay, what he will get post retirement, after retirement, the employee will receive full amount in the provident fund. The full amount in the provident fund will be given to the employee, and he will receive pension from the EPS, okay, from the pension scheme, if he has done minimum 10 years of service. So this was EPF, Employees Provident Fund, EPF. Employees Provident Fund, it comes under Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952. It's a retirement savings scheme. It's available to all salaried employees. It is backed by government. Fixed interest is paid. Employees Provident Fund Organization, EPFO, it's a statutory body developed by the Government of India under Ministry of Labour and Employment. It administers the EPF. It administers that mandatory contributions are being made towards the PF by both employer and the employee. Okay. How registration is done: if in the establishment the number of employees is less than 20, it's voluntary for them to register. If the number of employees is more than 20, then it is compulsory to register in the EPF. Once registered, if the number of employees drop below 20, then also they are covered. What are three components of EPF? They are EPF, EPS, and EDLI. EPF is Provident Fund, Employees Provident Fund. It's a retirement savings scheme. Okay. EPS is Employee Pension Scheme. It's a pension scheme. Post retirement pension will be given. EDLI is insurance scheme. EDLI means employee deposit linked insurance scheme. Okay. On sudden death of the employee, life insurance fund will be given to the family. How contributions are done: the employee will contribute 12% of the basic pay and dearness allowance to the provident fund, and the employer will make contributions, like if the salary of the employee is up to 15,000, then he will make 8.33% of the salary to the pension scheme and 3.67 to the provident fund. If the salary is above 15,000, then 8.33% of 15,000 will be paid toward pension scheme, and the balance of 8.33% of total salary will be paid towards the provident fund, and 3.67 of the total will be contributed to provident fund. 0.5% is also contributed to insurance scheme EDLI. How withdrawal is made: the withdrawal can be made on the retirement, or the person remains unemployed for 2 months or more, or partial withdrawal is also allowed in case of marriage, education, land, house, home loan repayment, etc. What tax benefits are provided: the employer's contribution will be tax free. Employee's contribution will be tax deductible under section 80C of Income Tax Act. Employee's invested money, the interest he receives or the amount he withdraws after 5 years will be tax exempt. Post retirement, the employee will receive full amount in the EPF, and he will receive pension from the EPS from the pension scheme if he has done minimum 10 years of service. So this was EPF, Employees Provident Fund. If for revision you want the PDF of these notes of labor and industrial law, then you can get the PDF link in description box or the comment box. Thank you.